read something.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
Nicole said, "You guys are a blessing in more ways. I love you, and will always give." Oh, so he said, "You guys always give off a real talk, and the real talk that most people don't talk about." Well,
Thank
Nicole,
you.
I don't know no
I don't
other
know
way to
no
be.
other way.
To be honest,
To
I
God be
don't
the
know
glory.
another way to be. I don't know how to put off if it's not sincerely coming from my heart. Everything that we do, everything that we say, it definitely comes from the heart. So, however I'm feeling, when
That's
we
what's
get
going.
on, that's what's gonna
coming
come
out.
out.
Definitely what's coming out.
That is what's gonna come out because I don't know no other way to be but to be real.
Real.
And I don't know what to. Even with our children, we're the same with our children. We just give them real talk. We've always just given them real talk. With the kids and stuff, we don't really hide stuff from them. We just tell them
Give
like
it to them straight.
just a few minutes ago. Zach was trying to get ready to do something before we get ready to get on. I was like, well, why you wait till the last minute? You just got to be real with your kids. You can't let your kids run you. You got to be stand firm and let your kids know where you stand. Amen.
So thank you for that.
Felicia say real talk from real people. Amen.
I know that's right.
From a real cousin. That's spoken from a real cousin. They real and we real. And that's the only way to be in this hour. People don't want this glorified church mannerism.
That's perfect.
It's just, people are sick of it. And a lot of people hide behind so many masks,
Yeah.
because they feel like they got to be perfect. I listened to, it was Taffy Dollar. I saw Taffy Dollar. Taffy Dollar did this post. And I wanted to read it, but I can't switch from all of these things that we're connected to. But in her post, it's on her Instagram page, she posted it. She said that she thought that she had to be perfect in the eyes of people. She thought that she had to put her whole family in the presence of the people watching them. She thought that it was good for them to be perfect. Now she threw all of that facade away. And now she just real. She just being real with the public, real with the people, real with, her children and not allowing even her children to be perfect or come off perfect. Because that's what people want you to be, especially when you sit in the place of, I should say you guys are sweet, but especially when you sit in the place of leadership, if you sit in the place of authority or whatever it is,
a public's
eye or whatever, you feel like you got to put on this
certain image.
Image. That's all it is an image. And even people that are not in the public, they still feel like you have to put on a certain image, that will, and it's just, hey, Danielle came in.
Long time
hey,
no see.
Michelle came on in.
Michelle, all right, Michelle.
Yeah,
Y'all
long time no see.
come on in. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, D. Yeah, she came on in. Danny came on in. But I know she in a whole nother time zone.
Right. That is. That
her
is
her
true.
time zone is definitely different, so I can understand. And then she does her job and it's so ironic that Renee and Danielle did the same thing. Oh my God, they're both in the same field.
Right.
And it's so funny. I have a lot of friends that do that.
Oh.
Anthony says you can prepare I can't see Anthony. I'm so sorry, y'all.
You can prepare for the pulpit, but you can't prepare for the authentic conversation. Nothing beats being real. I know that's right, Anthony. Anthony, you just say it like it is too.
Yeah.
I love how you word it. I love how
too.
you really word it. You do a great job with that. But definitely.
They said, hush, I love y'all.
All right, we hear you now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, people try to put on this facade or what have you, and anybody got time for all that. That's too much energy. That's too much work because you just always trying to impress. I've never been that person to try to impress people. Even people of great caliber. I've never been that one to impress people. Either you take me or you leave me.
Right.
Leave me on the table, or we can sit down and we can dine together.
Right.
You know, so that's always been my personality. And my husband too. He's the same way. He's like, take me or leave me. I'm not going to try to impress you. You know, that's just not us. So we've always been just
who we are.
real, and that's how we're going to
be. We've had to learn that through life, and we've had to have experiences and different situations and circumstances, tribulations, trials, everything we go through. But we've learned how to just keep it real, real through.
Hey, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi, how you doing? You keep it real through your suffering. You keep it real through your up. You keep it real through your down. When you up, you real. When you're down, you real. You don't change because you're up.
Right.
You've reached a certain status or whatever. You still real. You keep that balance. You keep that balance of just being honest and true. And but we thank you for that, Latoya. We thank you for that statement.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, that means a lot. And you're blessing us, and we're trying to bless you guys. So you guys are blessing us. So it's like it's coming back to us. So we thank you for that. We thank you for that.
Sharing your thoughts, because that feedback,
it's time out for the fake and phony.
Oh yeah.
We've mastered being whatever. You can master. You can go to school. You can master being whatever it is that you're striving to be. But at the end of the day, after you've mastered how to put on a smile, when you're on your job and you're working the drive-through, and they're coming across and you gotta take the order.
Yes.
Even when you don't feel like it, you gotta smile. And you put on a smile, and sometimes that smile may be real. Sometimes you just got to do it because you know what I'm saying. And it just in certain capacities, you know how to get by. You know how to get by. And sometimes we still, even when all that's over, when all the lights and the camera and action is done, we still carrying this facade. We carry this facade, and I hear the word down to earth. Down to earth.
Yeah.
And I've seen, I've met a lot of people that's down to earth per se.
Hey, Troy.
Hey, Troy, how you doing?
Out of Weston.
Right,
I like what Renee says.
Okay,
she's on Instagram. I'm trying to really look at it, but my eyes ain't too good. She says, unfortunately, people expect you to be a certain way when you are in leadership, or even when you're a model. I'm so sure that Renee knows that, because Renee,
you better believe it.
You have gone all over the world, modeling and commercials. You were somebody I really looked up to. So I'm pretty sure that being in the public eye, in the public view, people try to expect you to be a certain way, or expect this out of you, or you're supposed to be this. And, if you feed into everybody's expectations of who you are or who they think that you're supposed to be, you'll be one tired person. And sometimes people forget who they really are because they put on the facade so long.
And that was my point. You put on the facade so long. Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead.
You do it so long.
You forget who you really are. You forget that you can really be a free person. Free in Him. That's one thing that, the Lord always will tell us. He said, be you, but be you in me. Be who you are. Like what you like. Do what you do. But as long as it is in me,
line,
and it's in line with the Lord, because we were talking about this with Felicia.
We talked about it last night.
We did. We talked about a little bit about that
awesome
yesterday.
Conversation.
Yes, because people just, I don't know, people just expect so much from you, out of you. And when you don't deliver that, then they judge you. Then the judgment comes. And then they try to...
based upon...
what they think that you should be.
Right. Based upon... Okay.
Yeah, based upon what they believe.
Whatever they're based upon, And that's a lot of work.
That's too much work.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of energy.
I don't have time for all that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say...
And the energy that we put into... we put into it is like, really, you're gonna exert all your energy on this,
Yeah.
Yeah. And we
You
do
just gotta
this.
be yourself.
We do this, and
You gotta be yourself, and you have to unapologetically. You have to be yourself. You can't be sorrowful
for being you.
or shameful for just being who you
No.
are. You know, be you and just be happy about it. Mistakes and all, flaws and all. You know, we could be hard on ourselves at times, you know, because of our flaws, but sometimes people can be a little bit harder on us, you know, because of our flaws. But be who you are, you know, as long as you're doing the right thing in your life and you doing the best that you can do, being the best that you can, don't worry about what others think. Don't worry about what others say, you know, because you're doing your best. And but people, you know, people sometimes can make you feel shame for being you. Make you feel shame for being who God created for you to be. You know, they want to keep you in this little box. You know, because they're in that box, you're supposed to be in that box. And when you get in that box with them, then you are that you're acceptable. Like they accept you more. And sometimes we feed into that because we are people that want to be accepted. We want to live in an accepted life. And that's why a lot of people do what they do, because they want to be accepted. So they feed into the shenanigans of putting the mask on. And it's definitely shenanigans when you put the mask on, because it's not real. It's not real. It's not authentic. It's not true. It's not true to who you are. And so that's what you have to do. You have to be who you are. And don't allow people, because sometimes um, if you listen to that, you give it all of your energy. You giving all of those people the energy that they are trying to get from you. You actually put them above yourself. Like you've given them an authoritative seat over your life, and you don't allow anybody to put you in a seat of subjection when you don't have to. You know, sometimes when we were coming up early in marriage and stuff, and some things was going on with some different people in our lives at the time, we were like, I don't have to subject myself to this. You don't have to subject yourself to the shenanigans of somebody's expectation of you. You don't have to subject yourself to that, you know. And it's funny that we can be that way, but I realize it's a lot of other people in the world that may not have grown up with a strong mother, like my mom, Linda Ann. That was a strong woman. That was one of the strongest women I have met to this day. When man, my mama was strong, y'all. Like I've seen her do some things that I even was like, Mom, why you what's Linda Ann was a strong.
The first day she met me, she looked at me and said, "Why are you running?" I'm like, "Oh my God!"
Like she'll come out and just say, "Okay,
why are you running?"
Just that straightforwardness. That straightforwardness, not beating around the bush. You know, that was
look
my mother.
Straight through me. Why you running? Why you running? I couldn't.
Latoya said she's tired of the box life, honey. Get out that line. Get out that
life.
box. Get out of that box. Get out of that box, and don't let nobody keep you in the box. Because see, sometimes they'll put you in the box, and then they'll come and put a lock on it and dare you to move out of it. You don't let nobody do you like that. It's in the mind. It's in your mind. It's in your thoughts. It's in the thoughts of who you are. It's in the thoughts of who God have created for you to be. You know, you have to change your thinking about who you are first. That starts inside first. You have to start changing your mind. You have to introduce yourself to something, a life that's different. You know, not a life outside of God, because you can't do anything outside of Him, really. And when you do, it's a mess. But if you're inside of God and you want to open up and broaden your horizon, so to speak, yeah, go ahead, go for it, run for it. Go. That's why I was glad. You know, one thing my mother, when she raised us, she was like, reach for the stars, go for it. You know, and I feel like I'm so used to that in my thought process, and I know Mark probably is too, that I'm so used to it that I forget that people don't think like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I have to be like, oh wow, people really don't think like I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody is not gonna think like you think.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is not gonna move on the things that you move on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just going back to that being in the box, people can put you in the
They
box.
put you in a box easily.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's because of your low self-esteem. People, you know, people got to find out, they look for weaknesses in your life. And a lot of times you give them, you know, that because, you know, low self-esteem is a major part of a lot of us. You know, when we look at ourselves in a low place, and we
Mm-hmm.
deal with that based upon what
Right.
you dealt with in your upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was at home, because we
Mm-hmm.
have to really. That's why our mind have to be renewed
Mm-hmm.
through the
Thanks,
Word of
Sam.
God. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the Word of God changes. God Himself, through the
Mm-hmm.
Holy Ghost, changes our thoughts, the way we look at ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
because, you know, God will let you know who you are.
That's
He'll
right.
let you know who you are. And when you find out who you are, you won't let people do you like that no more.
Mm-mm.
You
When
won't.
God revealed
Real
to
who you
you who you
are.
are, and I do want to stay on that before I read that other comment from Anthony, which
Anthony.
is a great comment. But when God starts showing you who you are, ask God to reveal who you are,
Mm-hmm.
not in only in this world, but in His kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to remember, it's two. We're in body and we're in spirit.
Right.
We have a fleshly suit, but we also operate out of the things of the spirit, the
Mm-hmm.
spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
And we are definitely somebody in the spirit world. Who are you in the spirit world? Who are you called to do? What are you called to do?
Renewing the mind is called
Renewing the
the mind.
mind. Mm-hmm,
That's
it's
right.
called renewing the mind. But who are you in this walk right here? Who are you called to do? To be? Who are you? What are you called to do? And you have to search the Father's heart, you know, to find out really who you are created to be. One time, it was an open vision. You know, I get open visions. Everybody know
Right.
by now. Y'all
Share it.
should know.
Share it. Share it.
Um, with the open vision, and the open vision was, and this was at a very low place in my life. You know, it was in early stages of my walk with Him, and not really sure about what I wanted, what I needed to do, or who I was in God. That's why I'm talking like this, because I went through this process myself. Um, but He saw that, and He saw how it was bothering me, and sometimes it will come off as timidity, but sometimes it's not timidity. You're just unsure.
Mm-hmm.
You're just unsure of who you are. You know, so somebody can mistake it as being timid, you know, because you're just unsure of who you are. But once He showed me myself, then I started having more confidence in who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a vision one time, and it was a open vision, and I was sitting in the seat of, I was sitting in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It was a place in heaven, and it was something. And there may be some reason why I like red a lot, because in this particular vision, I had on like a red garment, and I had on some kind of red hat that was on my head, and I was giving orders.
Mm-hmm.
I was giving orders in this vision. And I was like, oh my God, when I came out of the vision, I was like, even in the vision, I was asking God, I was like, God, why I got this on? And what is going on? And why are people listening to me? And why are they doing as I say? You know, what is it? He said, I made you a judge in the spirit world. You are a judge in the spirit world. That means that I'm able, he gave me the ability, and I find myself being able to do that on earth, to weigh both sides of every story. I never lean to one side of a story. I never put myself in a position to just believe one person or one side of a story. I've been like that all my life. And sometimes, you know, growing up, I would always like weigh both sides. Like I would have friends, they were my friends, but they were enemies to each other. They would be fighting each other, but I'm standing there in the middle every time. And I had this one girlfriend, she came to me, she said, yeah, even though I don't get along with that one over there, you have never changed. You've always treated both of us with the same kind of respect, the same kind of love. I said, I don't know no other way to be. So that was a natural thing for me. So when God showed me the vision of who I am in the spirit realm, who He called me to be in the spirit realm, then it made sense. It made sense. And from that moment on, it built up my confidence of who I am, so that when somebody, even of authority, comes in and try to dictate to me and tell me, no, you this or you that or you this or you that, I can look at them straight in their eyes and say, no, I'm not, because I know who I am. I know who I am. And see, that's what we got to do. We got to start searching out the heart of God to find out who we really, really are in Him. Right. And I just wanted to share that, especially with Nicole, because she may be dealing with that right now. She may be, hey, Takira Carson.
Takira,
but
how you doing,
Takira? We definitely we have to find out who exactly we are in the spirit realm, or who God created us to be in the spirit realm, because you may not know who you are. You could be a judge like me. You could be a knight. You don't know why you like to fight.
Right.
You don't know why you got this fire down on the inside. You don't know why you got this way of you don't know until you ask. You could be a knight in the spirit realm.
And you got an indignation. Sometimes you get angry, but God said you can be angry, but sin not. And sometimes that anger that's in you. And I just thought about that. My grandmother was, she prayed. She didn't ask God to take away the anger. She helped her to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because you can be
that's what
angry.
She told me.
It's all right.
That was wisdom.
Yeah, and she shared that wisdom with us, and she was like, "It's all right, because you can be angry for good.
You can be angry for good. You can be angry for good. You can be angry for good. Things that really are with injustice and stuff like that.
It's the way you look at it. Injustice, like you say, anything that's injustice, anything that's wrongly accused, that's done wrong, you mad, you get angry about that, But don't sin. Don't sin. Don't cause yourself more harm spiritually. And we do that because but it's okay. In other words, it's okay to be that. It's okay to be angry, and you just really have to find out who you are. All in a nutshell. And
once you find out who you are,
search yourself.
It's nothing that someone can come and say to you,
right?
Or try to make you believe about yourself. It's about yourself. Now along the way, you do have like character building to go along the way, but they can't shake you of your thoughts of yourself. You keep the thoughts of yourself pure.